Hey everybody, it's Yusef for Dad's Free Time Game Reviews, where I review the games that I play when no one needs me. Today's game is Velvet Assassin for Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC. There's something about a game that allows you to kill Germans when you have a German wife that makes everything okay. All right. I'm trying to learn German, so it's very nice to know that I can listen in on conversations that two German people are having without actually having to deal with real German people. I mean, these German people are talking about what Hitler's doing and how their rations are messed up and how they don't have enough morphine. The Germans I know, they talk about whether or not they're going to go to the park, and they eat eggs really slowly. So that's, if I ever get a chance to check out these German conversations that are actually interesting, I take it. You know what I'm saying? And it's also a bonus if you get to walk up behind them and stab them in the throat, like right when they finish having the conversation. Like, the interesting part of your life has ended, sir. You know what I mean? And that's why Velvet Assassin is pretty helpful. Let's get to it. Now, Velvet Assassin is a game that is based on the real-life spy Violet Szabo. That's Szabo for those of you who are wondering. It's not really true to form because in this game, you basically creep up on people in installations and stab everybody in the throat or shoot them in the head, and clear out whole installations single-handedly. I very much doubt that Violet Szabo did this, okay? As a matter of fact, they had a movie based on her life, and it was nothing of the sort. And on top of that, the girl in this game's got black hair, just like Violet Szabo, the French / what was she? French and British. She had black hair. She was halfway cute. She's very short. She had like this can-do attitude, a little firecracker. Everybody liked her. I read up on her. And then they made a movie about her, and it was like Violet Szabo, the blonde the blonde lady who did this one thing. In the movie and in real life, she kind of got caught trying to move very important people across some Nazi checkpoints. And of course, when the Nazis kind of surprised her with the actual checkpoint, she and the person that she was with bailed out of the car. She allowed them to escape while she held back the Nazis. Okay, that's basically the whole story of Violet Szabo, other than that she was just this excellent spy and she just sat inside German things and listened and was able to report back to people. Nothing so eventful, even though she was, an awesome lady. Now in this game, though, Violet is an assassin. Like, she straight up murks people like Tenchu, like ninja style. You know what I mean? And this game is really cool with that. So in the video game story, Violet gets hit. She gets shot and she's in a coma. All right, and the French resistance picked her up, and they gotta figure out what they're gonna do with her, because if the Germans catch them with her in the hospital beds, they're surely gonna kill everybody. You know what I mean? They're trying to make this decision the whole time Violet is in a coma, and Violet in her coma is reliving everything that happened up to that point. Let me go ahead and say this because it bears repeating. The company that made the game is a German company, which I thought initially was very weird because the German company is making a game about a woman who is killing Germans, right? However, the idea, I think, is that the company wanted to express to you the whole trials and tribulations of the soldiers while they were in the war. Okay, so this is more a game about how the German soldiers feel without you have to actually play the German soldiers. I mean, who wants to play the Nazis in any game? Who wants to be a Nazi, right? However, those soldiers did have to go through a lot of trials and tribulations just as everybody else does in the war. And as Violet goes through the whole game, a lot of the people that she is about to kill stop to have these conversations with each other. And the conversations are great. I mean, you got to stop and listen to them if you want to get the full value of the game. There's not many CGI cutscenes or anything like that. But the real story of the game, the real value where the game lies, is in the conversations that the soldiers have with each other while they're walking around on patrol. Like, there was one conversation where one soldier was pissed off that the other soldier took his chocolate, and he was just going off on him. You know, there's another conversation about a guy who had a girlfriend who never had sex, and the other soldier, he didn't believe him, so he kept winding him up and telling him how much how much somebody's probably boning his wife. Back then, Germans also thought that Americans chewed gum while they had sex. Very interesting stuff. So that's what I would submit to you that the story is really about. Not so much about Violet creeping through. That's a very interesting idea, but the story isn't about Violet, the real person, at all. They didn't show anything. I mean, it's a stealth assassin game for a woman who was a spy that had out in the open showdowns at the AOK Corral. You know what I'm saying? So the mechanics for this game is pretty simple, all right? I usually liken any assassin game that's stealth assassination to Tenchu, the first stealth assassin games that I ever played. And this game is not Tenchu. It's not even close. The stealth kills are okay. The only problem is that unlike a game like Tenchu, Violet doesn't stealth kill from any other angles other than, you know, the back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She doesn't have a lot of different kill animations, so it's more of a strategic way of doing things. I mean, you don't really have that much of a choice as to how to finish an area. Okay, you basically have to do exactly what they felt you should do. If there's a box there and there's a light, either you move the box in front of the light or you get spotted by the bad guy once you open the door. If there is a switch on the corner and the switch is connected to water, you have to lure the bad guy towards the water and then turn on the switch. You know what I mean? A lot of these things are littered around these areas and you have to take advantage of them. Otherwise, going through it without taking advantage of things is just, you know, you using a sniper gun, like a sniper rifle or a gun with a silencer on it, for which you don't have that many bullets. But then after a while, you just kill people that always have guns, and then you get bullets for those people, and you're like way over on the bullet count. You can't collect more than you can hold in a clip. So you just start shooting people just to speed up the time. What I like to do is set up a dead person in a specific spot, and when the other Nazis find out that they are there, they go running to check out the dead person. But then I set up shop in one area in which I'm around a corner, so every time they look down at the dead person, they show up, they're in my sights, and I just shoot them in the head. And then just keep taking people out as they notice a pile of dead bodies. It's one of my favorite tricks to do in every stealth game. That's how I break the system. It's a pain in the butt to always try to figure out what specific route the stage designer wanted you to take anyway. And the AI with these Germans is really good. I mean, It's not great. Obviously, the AI can't be perfect, but they seem to spot you very easily, and whenever they're alerted, they're very thorough in their searches. They'll walk right into the shadow you're hiding in. They have absolutely no problem with it. A lot of games have AI that don't do that, but these people, these Nazis, they'll catch you. Okay, if they feel like the only thing that a Nazi can't do in this game is open the door. Okay, because for some reason, if you get spotted and walk right out the door, boom, they can't open doors. Now, I tried it with my wife, you know what I mean? Because she's German, I totally closed the door on her. She can't open it. She's like, what the fuck? How are you doing this? It's like some sort of magic trick. I didn't even know that Germans had this problem until this video game told me what was up. Anytime she chases me, all I do is close the door behind me. It's like magic. It's like I just went into Narnia or something. She can't follow. It's amazing. Okay, take this. If there's anything about this game that you're gonna take with you, it's the knowledge that Germans cannot walk through doors if you're the one that closed them. It's a fact. You get a few tools that you use for your disposal. You get a knife, which you stab dudes in the throat with. You get a Luger with a silencer, which is very helpful. Every now and then you get a sniper rifle, and those come out pretty handy. You get a shotgun every now and then. These are all things you gotta find in a locker. You also get a flare gun, which allows you to shoot flares into a person and make them smoke until they die. You can also shoot the flares into oil slicks and burn the person that way, which I don't understand why you do that. If you could just shoot them and have them burn up, that's way more interesting. You also have a gas mask for sections in which you need a gas mask, obviously. But the most helpful and weirdest thing that they give you is morphine. You can find morphine in packs scattered around the stages. What happens is you put the morphine in your system, and all of a sudden you become some sort of psychedelic god who's able to move through the air on some Flash type stuff where you're just moving, everybody's frozen still. But then the way they portray it, as in you being in your lingerie, suggests that it's you actually in the dream while you're in a coma, and that you've just hacked your dream somehow by injecting morphine in your dream into the real world. It's kind of weird. So then morphine for you is just you being in absolute control of your coma-induced dream for a couple of seconds. It's so awkward. Okay, along with the stealth, Violet will also get better as the game progresses. And the way she gets better is she gets collectibles. And you have to collect, obviously, the collectibles all across the game, and when you get the collectibles, you take the points and you use them towards building up your perfect version of Violet. Okay, she can, if you use the collectible skill points, she can sneak faster. She'll be able to use more morphine. She'll have more strength, as in if somebody hits her, she won't die immediately. Those things. The only problem is that her growth isn't really that big. I mean, you get to see the changes in her, but her sneak speed doesn't go from very slow to very fast. It's more like from going very slow to medium slow if you filled up the whole thing. On top of that, if you restart the game after you've beaten it, you don't get to have all your stars. Your Violet isn't fully realized until the end of the game again. All right, so there's no way you can play it over being super Violet. You're always gonna be like sucky Violet at the beginning and kind of sucky Violet on the second level. You know what I mean? So that really stinks. Also, I'd like to bring a little attention to the real star of this video game, and that's Violet's butt. I mean, look at that booty. The lights of the moon shines off of her butt, and it moves in perfect synchronicity when she is in a squatting position. You can stare at that butt all day. Heck, the front cover is not even a Violet's face; it's a Violet's back. You know what I mean? They really want you to know that this butt is on point. Like, they put a lot of energy into that booty. All right, so respect the booty and respect the booty. That's it. One of the things that I found very interesting about this game was because it's an assassination game, they didn't really give you bosses. They gave you targets, all right? The bad guys, the normal people that you would kill or creep up on, they actually got bigger and stronger as the game went on. But the leaders and things like that, they weren't any actual trouble for you. You were scripted to kill them anyway. It didn't really matter. They never would turn around and be like, "Oh, I heard about you, Violet." Nothing like that. They were just sitting there like chilling with their girlfriend, and then all of a sudden you killed them. You know what I mean? Or something like that. That's how it works, okay? You don't have any bosses in this game, and we're not even going to talk about the sound. There's no music that you're going to collect from this thing unless you really just need like music, atmospherical music for your most depressing times, okay? All right, so that's all there is to it for the Velvet Assassin. I thought it was a pretty good game. I've played through it more than once, twice, maybe closer to 3 times if we're putting together all the plays. You know what I mean? I think that the whole idea behind Violet Szabo being a main drive for this game is really interesting. Just unfortunate that her life wasn't interesting enough to actually follow through along with the game, because that would have been awesome. If she was really like this killer assassin like that, that would have blown my mind. All right, but she wasn't, but that's okay. She had a movie about her, like 1 hour of fame, so that's cool. You know what I mean? And also, this game is cool. You know, I would check it out if I was into Germans, if I was into Nazi stuff, into war type things, but wasn't really too far into first person shooter type deals. You know what I mean? Everything in this game seems pretty authentic, and you don't have to worry about too much brown or green or anything like that, because you're a stealth assassin. You need all the darkness you can, right? Anyway, that's all I got. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to see other videos, obviously. If you like the artwork that I did for this video game, then please do yourself a favor, do me a favor, and go to craftyacuity.org just to check out the other artwork that I have there. You know, all of it is for sale, obviously. And if you would like to actually commission me to do some artwork for you, then please check me out at yusef.crow@gmail.com. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, and I'll see you guys the next time we review or the next Let's Play. Peace.